Namaste World, Reza, Sabina and Roger here. Let's watch the greatest spiritual story ever told, the Ashtavakra Gita by Gurudev.
Oh yes, so I am really pumped up about the Ashtavakra Gita because we've heard quite a little bit about it now. And as some of you may know, we read the whole Bhagvada Gita on this channel last year, and we also watched B.R. Chopra's Mahabharata. So that was like the theme of last year. And this year the theme is, of course, the Ramayana. We are watching Ramanand Sagar's Ramayana right now. And of course, the Ashtavakra Gita is coming up a little bit in our discussions because it is King Janaka, Sita's father, the king, who apparently has a conversation with the great sage Ashtavakra, and that's what this is all about. So we're going to watch a couple of videos and then we're going to dive right into the Gita. We found a playlist that we're going to listen to, and we invite all of you to join us for that because we absolutely love these most profound spiritual teachings. Just join us for the next few videos and then we're going to dive in to the Ashtavakra Gita, and then our minds will be blown.
Thousands of years ago, there was a king called Janaka. He had attained the highest knowledge.
Father of
But
Sita.
even after that, he was curious. He wanted to know more. There was a little curiosity in him.
Perfect.
But he was fully engaged in all the regular activity of the kingdom. And, So one day he was sitting in the kingdom, in the court, in the evening, and then there were people were talking about something, some problem here. Reports were being read, The reports are read from different places. When he was listening to it, he started nodding, dozing off.
Getting bored.
So he dozed off for a few minutes. When he dozed, he dreamt. He must have even snored a little bit. In the dream, he saw that his whole kingdom was flooded, and there was famine in other parts, and there was nothing. There was loss to grains and fields and cattle. Everything was in a loss.
Wow.
And he became a pauper. And he found himself roaming from street to street, so hungry.
Oh boy.
And he wanted a piece of bread. He asked everybody. Nobody had a piece of roti, chapati, not bread. So and finally somebody gave him a dry bread piece of roti. And he took it, and there was this rule for a householder, the dharma, that when a householder is going to eat something, if someone else is around, he cannot eat by himself. He has to give it to them and then eat. This was a law then those days.
Good law.
He was afraid because he has only one roti, and if he sees somebody has to share with them. So he was hiding his roti underneath his robe, and he found some place where there was nobody, and then he was about to go and eat that piece of roti. At that moment, an eagle came and just took the roti also off his hand. At this moment, he could not tolerate. He shouted, "Ha!" When he shouted, "Ha!" he opened his eyes. He came out of his sleep and he saw he's in the court and there are people. It's full of people. His hunger was still in the stomach. He still felt that hungry. He was very hungry. But then he got confused. Now, which is real? Maybe this I am dreaming. Is that real or this real? He got concerned about this. What is reality? And he was one who would never leave questions very easily. So he called all the scholars in the kingdom and asked them the solution. Everybody gave some answers. He was not satisfied at all. No answer could satisfy him.
Sweet.
Then someone whispered in him, there is one man called Ashtavakra.
Nice.
You should approach him. He was the Brahmagyani, who knower of the Brahman. And then he was invited to the court. So Ashtavakra was brought to the palace. with all honor. Many people thought, what? This man? He doesn't even look presentable. And he is going to teach the highest knowledge to the king? This man, Ashtavakra, his body was bent in 8 places.
Okay, I've seen a picture.
He had 8 deformities in his body.
Oy.
His legs were, one was long, one was short. Like the hands, one was long, one. There were so many knots in his body. 8 knots. That's why the name came to him Ashtavakra. Means the man with 8 knots.
Wow.
But Janaka was far-sighted person. He could recognize the glow, the light. You know, it is very difficult for people to recognize the truth and reality. People recognize pomp and show because eyes are on just the outer. Eyes are unable to see the light or the life which is beyond, which is beneath, which is deep inside. Then Ashtavakra tells, there is a conversation between Janaka and Ashtavakra. This is the most unique conversation that has taken place on this planet. The discussion between Ashtavakra and Janaka is a very unique phenomenon. There was someone who has enjoyed the peak of the life and wanting to know about the self, about the reality. And there is someone who has risen to the pinnacle of existence and telling them what the reality is. That is called Ashtavakra Gita. Gita means the song of Ashtavakra. Krishna gave the Gita to Arjuna in the battlefield when amidst all chaos. Here Janaka was given the Gita. So this Gita took place in a royal residence in a very peaceful, joyful atmosphere. So Ashtavakra Gita is not for someone who has not done anything, started in the path. For someone who has already started the path, this opens up many avenues.
Must have qualities to read or listen.
For Brahma Gyan, the biggest knowledge, the ultimate knowledge, we require certain things. What are these certain things? To begin with, a disciplined person only can be given this knowledge. Discipline in what way? Someone who has reverence for life. Discipline here is listening to your body, not listening to your fantasy. You have eaten, your stomach is full.
Oh.
But something has come, a burfi, or gulab jamun, mango milkshake.
Oh yeah, mango lassi.
Your tongue says, no, I should have a little more of that. And you drink a little more, and next day, you are flat in your bed. This we have not listened to our body, but we have been carried away by our tongue. Body has its own discipline. If you just listen to the body, that is enough.
I love it.
Certain amount of discipline is essential for body. Number 2, in the words, in speech. Do not speak any word that would create turbulence and turmoil in other minds. From your side, even if you don't speak, some people get turbulent. That you are not responsible. One whose words are cultured, whose speech is cultured, they are eligible for Ashtavakra Gita. One who do not, even at this moment of highest peak of anger, cannot utter words which are unpleasant, words which would be like arrows. This is the second discipline. Discipline in words. You will see that when you start with that, you will not get a chance to speak harsh words in your life. Just a little tilt in your tone is sufficient enough. You don't have to yell at people. Just A tilt in the tone of your voice will do the job. If it is required somewhere here and there, that things doesn't go faster, smoother enough, then we feel we must show some anger. Even in the showing of anger, there is no need to use any harsh words. It will happen. The situation happens all around you like that. But see, most of us, our tongue is so... it says the tongue does not have a bone. That is true.
Oh, imagine.
That is how it goes in all directions. Up and down and right and left. We slap people right and left by our tongue. This is misusing the power of speech. We have been endowed with a power of speech. Not to create turbulence, but to bring peace in the minds.
He's so amazing.
Purpose of words is to create silence. But our words go like stones and hit the silent mind, create turbulence all over. Words are there to bless people, bring peace in the world.
Wow.
So from today, take this, everyone, not to speak any harsh words for 5 days. Let us see what happens.
Let's do it.
Do it.
The world will not fall on our head. Nobody is going to do any big harm to us.
5-day oath.
Nothing will happen. You'll find, in fact, it is so nourishing, so enriching to life. Purity of speech, culturing of speech. Third one,
Mind.
culturing the mind. One who has never meditated has no right even to touch the book of Ashtavakra.
Ooh.
Boom.
Have you ever meditated?
No cheating.
One who has never experienced stillness of the mind at any time, even a few minutes, few hours. One who has not had restful alertness should not even touch this book. Or should not even go anywhere near this knowledge.
Wow.
Because then it becomes dangerous.
Like the emptiness.
Dangerous in the sense, one can easily make a concept of this. It can give a false notion in the mind of a person without knowing that I know it all. This has happened, unfortunately, to many people who are good seekers, sincere seekers, but have studied a little bit here and there, heard a little bit here and there, read some books, and they get into an impression, I know better than you all, or I know it all. No doubt an ignorant person is ignorant, but a person who thinks he is knowledgeable is more ignorant. So let us keep this as our discipline. One thing, we do some exercise every day and eat as much as we need. Discipline of the body, purity of the body, take bath every day and all that thing what we do regularly. And then not to speak any harsh word to anybody. What they will do? They'll put you on the cross. Somebody is going to crucify you. Even then you don't speak any word, any bad word. Nothing will happen like that. Purity of speech. And then meditation. At meditation hours, don't do anything else. If a laundry and meditation preference comes, most of you will go to laundry. Because you say, I have to do my laundry, it's all in the bucket. Meditation I can do tomorrow, doesn't matter. Anyway, I go and sit there, thoughts come, nothing happens. Why to waste time? Let me do my laundry. Just observe, just ask yourself, if it is a choice between meditation and eating, what you would do? Dinner time, better I eat it, I'll meditate a little later. I'm not saying this is right, this is wrong, you shouldn't do that. I'm saying be aware of this. What is happening?
Well, so I am intrigued. Yeah, I didn't know that beginning story about Janaka being in the, in the throne room, right? And then the dignitaries, and then of course doing the kingly duties of having to converse with all these people, and then he's getting bored and he nods off, and then he has this dream. And it just seems like a very tragic dream. So it's still in his kingdom, it seemed, and a bunch of tragedy befell the land. Floods, famine, people are starving, right? He's a beggar, he needs to go get food, and then the eagle takes it, and then he's frustrated, and he wakes up, right? And that shows that curiosity, that inquiring mind. And then he's the king. He can get whoever he needs in the kingdom to come to him with his questions. And then I love how he said that he's a very curious mind and inquiring, and he wants to know. He wants the answers that he wants, and he's the king, so he's going to get it, right? So nobody could answer him sufficiently until Ashtavakra is he's told about him, and then he shows up, and then he's got a deformed body, so pretty bad state. So a lot of people would kind of judge that and then dismiss him, for those reasons. That's the whole thing, never judge a book by its cover. And then so Gurudev talking about the the divine vision and just being able to see, right? So the qualities, the glow, the aura of this being. So sounds like Janak could see it, and then invites him for a discussion. So has it in the palace, right? So yeah, the contrast between Arjuna and Sri Krishna on the battlefield, is paramount. Yeah, and it's very intriguing as well, because he's saying that this is the most profound teaching. Hey, he mentioned something kind of similar to that, which has me kind of excited for it. However, then he went into the qualifications. So now we need to assess. Me and Sabine are both going to do this, the inward journey, and we're going to see if we're worthy. So who knows, maybe there won't be any Ashtavakra Gita videos coming up.
I love Gurudev. We only watched a couple of his videos on Instagram. I listened to him a little bit more.
Yeah, he's great.
On YouTube.
He's just calming.
Oh,
so peaceful.
There's a connection there. It's beautiful. I love his transmission.
So anyways, we are very much looking forward to the Ashtavakra Gita. And then hopefully on this channel eventually we'll be covering a lot more Gitas. And of course the Upanishads we want to dive into as well. So these are like events, I want to call them, on the channel, where we all come together and do it together and discuss it. But at the same time, I think we need to, be aware of his stipulations here. So each one of us has to assess for ourselves, because it's not for everybody. So you individually, you're going to have to take it upon yourself to, and we love your support on this channel. There's no doubt that we love having you as a subscriber or a member or a casual viewer, whatever it is. But if you're not a serious spiritual seeker, which is fine, and you haven't done some of these disciplines and you're not quite ready, then I would definitely recommend not to watch these with us, because I did a little bit of research on it as well. And yeah, it's profound wisdom. And if you're not prepared for it, then it'd be doing a disservice to yourself in your journey, because you could be led astray. If the mind's not ripe for it, then it could actually inflate the ego. It could lead to some wrong views, which would actually be a downfall. Or the other instance would be that you're listening and you're trying, but you just don't understand it at all. And then you're calling it gobbledygook and it doesn't make sense. And then it actually steers you away from the spiritual path, because you're not ready for it. So a word of caution. Yes, please do not watch them with us if you're not ready for them. But for those of you who are, wow. If anybody remembers, if anybody done the Bhagavad Gita with us, let us know in the comments below if you did the Gita with us and how amazing it was, because we we actually read it. So for this one, we're going to be listening to it. So it'll be a little bit different. And it'll be more of, there won't be a video. We'll just be all listening together, and then we'll maybe pause and discuss things as we go. And these are the sorts of things that we want to have on this channel. So if you guys are excited, let us know in the comments section. We're going to get into some profound, deep spiritual teachings. And this one is somewhat related to the Ramayana. So it's the perfect time to do it. All right. So thank you all so much. Remember, do your homework. Assess your body, speech, and mind, and decide if you are prepared. And if you're not quite there yet, but you're close, then get into it. Get ready. Get that body, speech, and mind at its peak. And then we're going to go for it.
What do you think of Tar's body, speech, and mind? Will he be ready?
Oh, I think he's more than ready. He's been waiting eagerly, right? He's going to be in the front row seat. He's going to be along for the ride. So I expect some very deep, profound comments from young Taj to help guide all of us on our journey towards the divine song.
Beautiful.